G'day, it's J Thomas 1310. I've had a GoPro Hero 4 session for a little while now, so I thought I'd do a touch on a review of how it's actually going. I've used it for a fair few videos now. If you check out my last fair few motovlogs, I've got the second view coming from the little GoPro Hero 4 session, which you can see just down there is nice and tucked away. It is quite a good little camera. It is very neat and tidy with where it sits there. It doesn't seem to stick out. You do actually sort of not pay attention to it so much. It sort of blends in with the mirror and then just tucked in behind the shield there, and it's given quite a good little view from there. But you know, it isn't as powerful as what the GoPro Hero 5 session can do, or what the other cameras, or 4 silver, black, you name it. You know, it's not as crash hot as with all the features that it can do. You know, it's great. It is a full waterproof up to a certain distance anyway, or depth, whatever you want to call the thing. But I have been caught out once. I did actually go to do a review video last, like some other ones, and then as I was approaching, I did start getting bombarded in rain, so I did not have my camera, which is the GoPro Hero 4 Silver, which is the one mounted to my helmet, was not fully waterproof. It was in the full housing, but it's got the cutout on the side so you can attach the USB mic, so that isn't fully waterproof. So I did have to stop on the side of the road and jam that under my jacket to try and keep the thing dry. But the little session did stay out. I thought it's supposed to be waterproof, let's let it go and see how it does, and it seems fine. So if it's seeing this footage now, it survived the water, which is good. And then actually looking back at a little bit of footage, I might be able to even just snippet a little bit of that into the video, just to show what it sort of looks like. It does have 2 microphones, so it is actually designed so it can try and muffle out wind noise. From listening to past ones, it sounded pretty good. It doesn't pick up my voice loud enough from talking here, of course, as there is a fair bit of wind that's hitting up against me. But it picks up the note of the bike quite nicely. So if you wanted to use it just as a camera for a position, you wanted all the noise around it, it does quite well pick it up, much better than any of my older videos. If you go back and have a look at, I was trying to get sound of the exhaust while I'm riding around, so it does a lot better than that. I'll have a snippet of what it's sort of picking up with the note of this. It's supposed to have the mic at the back and at the front, so it can actually differentiate between those wind noises, so you're not just getting wind blowing straight into the back of it and that's all it's hearing. The setting that I'm using right now is actually 1080/60, just in the wide view, so it's all I really needed it to do. That's the setting I use with the 4 Silver, which is a 1080/60. It's in wide. When I use the chest mount, I use it for in the super view. It does not have that setting in it for it with the super view, but it doesn't really need it for the little angle there, you know, just to go and move it around the bike. It looks pretty good. So you know, it's going to be tucked away, wouldn't see it. You could have a couple of cameras, you know, all tucked away on your bike, different angles, and then it, you know, be quite self in the way that it's there. So you're not going to look like you're one of those guys out there. There's these GoPro Heroes, you know, blacks all over him, multiple on your helmet, all over your bike. But you know, even just for normal use, you know, if you're just going to go out and do some skateboard, surfboard, and you know, whatever, you know, it's just a good little camera that's not too heavy. And you know, in size comparison, it's probably about just over half the size of what the 4 Silver is. I was actually thinking it was going to be quite small in comparison, but then once actually getting the camera home and actually sit in the 2 side, it's actually still quite a large camera. So it's, you know, if you've got the camera, you know, out of the waterproof casing for the 4s and, yeah, silver and black, yeah, the camera size is actually quite large in comparison when you really think of it, for it being a smaller camera in that sense. It's more just the fact that it's got the plastic case that it sort of makes it look a little bit bigger compared to it. But it's been very easy to handle the files. It does a little bit smaller file sizes than what I have got set to my 4 silver camera. It does, I think, nearly 25-30 minute segments. It's about 3.2 gig for each file. It's been in the 2 gig size range for each file, so when I am actually marrying up footage side by side to try and pair up, it's actually got a couple of files to each one, so which isn't an issue. It does actually make it much more easier when copying the files across. It's a little bit quicker, so that is a handy little feature. But all in all, it has been a great camera. I've been very impressed for the money I paid for it. It was, I think, $2.99 Australian. So I had been hanging out for it to go on special down the 200. I had seen it down at that price. I thought with the release of the new session it may have gone down, but no. But you are getting very good value for your money. You know, in the sense of things, you know, I wouldn't mind just having that to mount to my helmet. It would be good as a side to that, but it is all sealed in to access the micro USB port in it. So you do need that to be able to hook up the mic for motovlogging. But if you just wanted it as a camera, you know, crash cam or anything for your trips out on your bike, or you know, even in your car, you could do that. I haven't played around to see if it's continuous looping mode or anything, or even if you can, you know, increase file sizes. I've just been pretty happy with how it's working, so I've just left it be. It's on 1080/60. It's just a one press and it starts recording. It's got a little button at the back so you can access the little LCD screen that is on it, but so you can access little menu settings, see what you're doing, time, and you can turn your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi on and off from there, so you can pair it up to your phone so you can see what's going on. That's the only downside, is you just can't point it up. Like I've just set that camera up now just before heading off, and then I didn't have my phone paired up to it to see what the heck it's doing, or if it's even getting me in shot, so I'm sure hoping it is. But you know, you can just tap up your phone, check it all up, and then it's done. So it's very handy, which is the same features you do for this one. You know, especially where I've got my silver camera, I can't easily just peek in and see what shot I'm getting. It'll tend to double check with my phone. And it's supposed to work with all your GoPro apps in your studio. I have not used it in that at all. I've long gone from using GoPro Studio. It's horrible. It takes so much extra work. You know, it's not as much of a chore to try and edit a video now. You know, it was just getting ridiculous trying to use GoPro Studio. But yes, of course, it would work with all that being GoPro. So if you are looking at getting one, even just as a main camera, but probably not if you're looking at motovlogging or wanting to mic, probably not going to be as easier. If you're doing internal stuff inside and it's stationary, yeah, it's probably going to work for that way. You can just pop the little thing out and shove your USB cable in. So it would work in that sense, but not probably if you're going to mic it and motovlog. It's going to probably be a little bit more of a difficult thing with trying to do it, as the little case it's got where the flap comes out doesn't quite work. So I do recommend, if you ride out there guys, stay safe and keep the rubber side down.